Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people all over the world, welcome to another episode of TylerBrianHour, a.k.a. TBH, a.k.a. TB Hour. I'm your co-host, B Heard, a.k.a. Brian, a.k.a. Prince, a.k.a. Prince Vegeta out there. I'm a pastor, my boy, my brethren, man's and MTTL. You want to say something to the people?
What up, though, people? Is your co-host, Tyler the Libra, a.k.a. TTL, a.k.a. Libra Hendricks in the building. We are gathered here today on March 25th, 2023. March 28th, 2023. Happy Tuesday to everybody. And let's get to it.
Yeah, very special episode. Ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I like to give the Be Heard stimulus pack and build people up. This dude, whether it be through the physical embodiment of actually holding it down or just in spirit or just helping out where he can, making sure I'm good and well acquainted wherever I travel to, whether it's just the friendship since 9th grade, the good brother that you always heard on the podcast but never actually heard his voice or know what his face looked like. Alex, you want to say something to the people?
What's up, y'all? Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all having me on. You know, I've listened to the TBH podcast for a while now, man. Many a flight that y'all done got me through. So, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all having me.
Boy Lopez.
Yeah, that boy Lopez. So that's the person that always be holding it down with the subscriptions and all that stuff, too. And not to mention, he's just a straight-up dude. And, like I said, Tyler's probably, like, my best friend that I talk to frequently, but Alex is just one where, regardless of where we're at in life or how much we talk to each other or not talk to each other, you know, he still be holding it down. I will say, I will have to tease him a little bit. Like, everybody got to get one joke in. I got to get my one in. You know what I'm saying? Like, for those of you who don't know, Alex is from Texas originally. So, you know, like we was high school. I was playing sports. I was all into the ESPN 150s and shit like that. So, like, you know what I'm saying? We, like, somebody, like, I think there was a rumor, like, yo, we getting somebody from Texas. I'm like, oh, word? We getting somebody from Texas? I was hyped. I'm like, yo, we about to have a Cole player. We about to be lit. And I ain't gonna lie, Alex Cole. I don't know what part of Texas you
I was
from.
cold that freshman year. Hey, that freshman year, bro, we was cold. You know, it didn't go so well the next 3 years after that. But that first year, bro,
we had a squad.
Good times, man.
We had a squad. If the squad would have stayed together, I think we would have been better off. Like, we also had a good foundation of coaches and stuff like that. We just had some bad news Bears shit. Like, literally, we was literally like the bad news Bears. Like, obviously, I don't want to indict nobody, but you remember the first game, a nigga forgot his helmet.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, bro.
Of all the things to forget at a high school football game.
That's like some Friday Night Lights shit.
It really was, bro. And the worst part about it is, like, we was away, so it was like niggas can't even go and get your shit. Like the coach was just confused. like, you know the coach, too. I'll tell you off mic, but, like, his, like, I just remember a vein in his forehead. He was just like, I ain't never heard no shit like this. It's like, this is some bullshit. But, man, that's crazy. But how you doing, Lopez, since you are the guest? How you doing?
Yeah, no, bro, I'm doing well. Shit, bro, all the same stuff as usual, you know, working, staying busy. But yeah, no, bro, I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
How you doing, Tyler?
I'm doing all right, so to speak. You know, it's been a long ass fucking work day. Had to kind of race home to kind of get the shit prepared, get your shit found, because like I was messing with the shit earlier, just trying to figure out, because you know I personally I want to contribute a little bit more to this podcast, so I was fucking with the shit earlier, and yeah, I've damn near almost lost a cord, so this podcast wouldn't have been happening right now if I didn't find that cord, because I was trying to find some other shit, but yeah, I'm sorry.
Finding out this news.
I was like,
what the
fuck? My fault. Player fuck up. I got mixed up with my camera cord versus this cord. I was like, nigga, where the fuck is my charger? Because I was trying to figure some shit out, and then I was like, oh, this is the shit that. All right, yeah. So anyway, people, I found my camera cord. So yeah, that's definitely a good sign, because look forward to some content as far as some shot goes for this podcast. I'm coming out of retirement for podcast usage only, so that's my announcement. And But how am I? I'm good. I'm actually pretty excited. We got this spot, this beautiful spot. All props to Lopez over here and his peoples.
Yeah, his brother, shout out.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that, bro. So.
Also, shout out to his sister. Almost, killed us with a dog, but good thing
You
Alex
don't
is here.
Don't like big dogs, bro.
No, because them niggas be strong as shit. Like, we both about 100. There's like 20 pounds difference. Like I got to defend myself at some point. But I mean, I love all animals, but it's just like, yeah, just be cool. Don't jump on me, all that shit.
Your ass gotta have like a Yorkie or something.
All right, now you want to violate. But I'm all right, man. Life's okay. Like, it's nothing too crazy. Like, I had family visit this past weekend, and I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of little Kimming the questions and shit. I was like, oh, how you doing? How's the love life? Like, I was trying to like bob and weave the questions. I was getting out mixes going on. My mom was over there, so I just ran to my mom and see what they was talking about and shit like that. But it's always good to see family. It's always good to see those people that champion you, and like some other people do listen to the podcast, so I do love and appreciate them. I was going to see them looking for jobs. Jobs is always kind of like a struggle, not because I need something different, but I want something different because I don't really look forward to a whole lot. Like, to be honest, like I look forward to obviously seeing my parents and eating. And then obviously TBH Tuesdays, like I look forward to this, and I ain't being fat, bro. I just like eating. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit's a luxury. Like, my niggas don't be eating every day or every other day, so I'm just grateful that I can and have options. So, but that's
diet tore me up.
That's just a testament to like how, I don't want to say uneventful life is, but like I guess mine is, that the fact that like only looking forward to talking to your ass, talking to my parents, my friends, family, and then eating. Because work is just kind of work, but I just want to milk it for what it's worth, Like, if I'm gonna get the benefits of doing all this bullshit, then I might as well get them. But
right,
you gotta find that, which is always kind of a hard thing.
I gotcha.
Speaking of finding shit, we have to find some common sense, and I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Brian Be Heard of the TylerBrianHour podcast, as you see in the top left of your screen.
Oh yeah, looky here. Look, TylerBrianHour.
I'm be an adversary for bringing back lies to relationships. I think they're healthy. Case in point, I know y'all saw the Tyrese wife comments. It was weird too because
that shit was crazy.
This is what I don't understand about algorithms, right? Because for some reason, I don't know why they posted that. They could have just deleted that. To what was the original video? Like, he was like, "Oh yeah, I miss my dog Paul Walker," and she's, actually, he was finer than your ass. Like, well, how did that come about? And three, wait, sis, when is it okay to be completely honest with your spouse? Like, I don't fill me in, because I, as a single man that's always been predominantly single. I mean, Tyler's single too, but would you tell your girl something like that? To me, that's crazy.
Bro, I think they was on that Instagram Live, man, and that's where people be getting caught up. You look at Ja Morant, bro, wilding out, Instagram Live. This whole situation, right. Instagram Live, bro, I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend being on there.
I ain't gonna lie. I do be watching like there's this YouTuber from the UK. His name's Trap Lord Ross, and he be like doing deep dives into the gang cultures of just like America and like some UK shit like that. And bro, when I tell you, like, a lot of these niggas, I don't want no smoke, I don't want no beef, but a lot of these niggas be going on Instagram Live, talk about they smoking, they op, they doing this, that, and the third, and then they be on live with the niggas that they be beefing with. Like, where you at? Come kill me, pussy. And shit like you ain't lying. Like, that IG Live is crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't know what she saw on the IG Live. Maybe it was some subtle goofy shit. Like, maybe they were having a fight that day and they were like kind of beefing, and then somebody on the live was just like, "Oh, where'd you guys meet?" He's like, "Well, actually, I was trying to talk to Paul," and then this nigga came out of nowhere. But yeah, first of all, I guess for you, Tyler,
so foul.
How do you feel about those comments?
I don't feel any type of way because they weren't meant towards me. But as far as
you
the comments,
in that situation.
Well, if I personally was in that situation, listen, if I personally was in that situation, I'd cut the IG off like that. like I wouldn't need it'd be it'd be over at that point. I would as soon as she said it,
you just gonna smack this shit.
be like, hey, yeah, I gotta go.
Y'all ain't hear that shit.
Yeah, why? I don't understand why he felt the need to actually like continue playing with that video, because the fact that like you saw the whole demeanor change when she fucking said that. He was like, no, don't touch me, don't touch me.
Rubbing all up on him and shit. Like, yo, get your fucking hands off.
That shit was stupid. But
was on that, bro. He was immediately. He's like, nah, man, turn that off. And she's like, nah, babe, nah, it's all right. And he wasn't going.
Yeah, you see how she like tried to clear the air too. It's like I wasn't your first option. I don't think. See, I can't look at my mans because I don't want to indict him, because I actually met his girlfriend. She's a nice lady. I don't think there's a world where people are initially with their very first option. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody get a first round draft pick. Let me make it less general, but like everybody get a first round draft pick in the NFL, but not everybody picking the first pick. You feel me? So you picking the best available. So to sit there and tell somebody that to their face, that you're in a relationship, mind you, rubbing on their chest, talking about, yeah, I thought he was way finer. It's like, yo, dog, he's not even here to like even feel this awkwardness. Like, he can't, like, to me, lie, baby, lie to me. It's okay. I don't need to know that. I do not need to know that. Because that'd be like a girl coming to me and we happy and we good. And like I said, I'm the type of person, like, obviously, I got two of my best homies right here. Like, there's a lot of things they can ask for. There's a lot of things they can't ask for, but like out of majority of the people in the world, there's a lot of things that Alex and Tyler can ask for. And I would do my best ability to help them in any sort of way. The moment you do some foul shit or some fucked up shit or some wow, that's crazy shit, the less inclined I am to do anything. And I feel like and also for the internet. Like, it'd be okay if I know that. It'd be okay if you know that. Don't you tell us so. Batman himself should not be able to come down and get this information out of you. You take that to your grave, because I would never do that. That's just so crazy to me. I just don't understand it.
So would you rather her tell you that in private? Would you want to know that in private?
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't want to know that, period.
No, you gonna know.
Why?
So I don't know, because I feel like it's just like one of those goofy ass things that like spouses like bring up at like a time. Like, it's just one of those sitcom things where like, you know, like a person meets their ex or something like that, and then like their ex gets all like, you know, you're like, hey, I haven't seen you in years, and then like, you know, sitcom shit like that. I feel like that was that certain situation.
But see, that's that bullshit, because that's something that's actually attainable. Like, nigga, that was my best friend. He was right here. It was just like this situation. Like, my best friends are around me. That is attainable. That is reachable. That is grabbable. Obviously, RIP. Unfortunately, he did pass and all that stuff. But it's like, what are we doing? Like, that's way too close to home. And also, that doesn't strengthen the relationship. My bucket, like, that don't do anything. What does that do for the relationship?
That's gonna sour the relationship.
It makes it real
forever. And I don't know how long they've been together, but I would not be surprised if they were to break up in like the next, you know, I don't know, 1 to 3 months. Like, I think that would happen sooner rather than later after an incident like that.
I definitely think they had like relationship issues in the past.
They gotta go to couples therapy.
Yeah. Because, bro, like, maybe it's the Scorpio in me. I don't know. Maybe I'm toxic. Maybe I'm petty. I'm going to look at different shit different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, knock on wood, R.P. Paul Walker. But, nigga, if I say I'm going to his gravesite and you want to, I want to come. Nah, I don't want you to come. Nah, go on your own. Go talk to that nigga by yourself. I don't want to talk to you with him. I'm be mad.
She bring flowers, all type of shit.
Extra bouquet and shit.
The whole bouquet, the candles, everything.
You know how they be saying, like, if dudes like around that girl and they be laughing a little too hard, like she start crying a little too. I ain't never heard you do that. Our kids don't even do that. Fuck
crazy as hell, man.
I just break down sobbing,
right? Just big tears.
I just don't get why Tyrese keeps getting played with like this, man.
Bro, we already seen mental health be a serious thing in that man. Like, he's a very passionate person. He's a very emotional person. You see him.
I pray for his peace, man,
because he ain't getting it at home. That's another thing. Is like your wife, your home, everything's supposed to be important to you to protect and provide for it and be your sanctuary. Now that's not even your sanctuary, nigga. You second place. Like, bro, That's crazy. That is insane. And she got a good dude. Like Tyrese is a singer, an actor. Fast and Furious my fault. Fast and Furious gonna stay around forever. So I don't. That's tough. Like, okay, scenario for y'all. It's always weird giving y'all scenarios because we're all relatively close friends. But say another nigga. Say you are the Paul Walker to a situation. And a friend, obviously you're not dead, but.
I was about to say, so I'm in a pack.
Okay. Wow. That's crazy.
I mean, God rest his soul. But,
Yo, you can't say that. You're saying the nigga in the pack.
No, me personally. So like, I'm
no, you're still alive. You're still alive,
right,
but you're
right,
Paul
cool.
Walker in this scenario. And say they tell you that. Like, what is your next sentence out your mouth? Like, what do you even do with that information?
I don't do shit with that information. I mean, I just go about my business, honestly. I mean, I would feel very bad for that relationship afterwards. But, yeah, that's most I can do is just move on. I would have a serious conversation. I'm having a serious conversation with Tyrese. Like, why?
With your homeboy?
Yeah, because I first thing out my mouth, I'd be like, "Yo, so like, why is she just?" Because like that, because not only did my name come out of her mouth, I gotta know how my boy is feeling about the situation because I know he
fucked
hurt.
up. You the second
He
pick.
fucked up, yeah. So I gotta make sure he's okay. So
What you doing, Lopez?
You said if you're the Paul Walker in the situation, if
Yeah,
you're the friend?
like if you're the friend, and then like say y'all are all hanging out one day, and like everybody was just drinking or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, like when I first saw your friend group, I was actually gonna go for Alex, but you ended up picking me, or some shit like that, like some situation like that.
I mean, honestly, bro, it's not really up to you. You know, it's up to your homie how he feels about it. I think my advice would probably be, you know, that's not someone you probably would want to be with long term, but you know, I don't know. That's up to them to decide. But I'm gonna give that advice. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I don't predict, you know, this being a successful long term endeavor, so you should probably cut that off. But ultimately, again, that's their decision.
W advice. I mean, I feel like in that scenario, like what's crazy is like I've had like coworkers, and like I remember one time I was talking to a coworker literally about some credit app that she was telling me about that like you could, I think it's called Self, and then like you could subscribe to it. This ain't an ad obviously, but like it was like $20, $30, I think $75 or $150, and then basically you basically build a loan by just constantly paying it on time to build up credit. So I'm like asking questions about the app because she posted it on social media, and she's being real short and like real like, yeah, yep, yep. And I'm like, yeah, I'm dead ass serious trying to build some credit.
Right, yeah.
And so I was talking to her, and then like the next day at work, I saw her, and then she's like, oh yeah, my bad. My man was over there thinking we was fucking and shit like that. I'm like, yo, I was just asking about credit, my nigga. So like I've seen scenarios to where like something as simple as just asking for credit and just seeing the like, because it was on Snapchat, so you see the text bubble like such and such is typing and then sent message. You think we fucking just off the, I appreciate it that you think I'm like that nigga, I guess, but like at the same time, it's like a lot of this shit don't be that deep. So I personally, I don't want to be in a situation like that because it's just like that adds nothing to my friend, and now that might hinder my friend's relationship because it's like, yeah, I've been solid with a dude, but there's not a lot of like women that could get in my way of being a friend with someone because at the same time, like, nigga, like, I can't control who's happy and who's in love and who finds who. I don't want to see the shit. Like, some shit would just be awkward. But yeah, like we still cool, but nigga, don't bring her around me. Because obviously that's an awkward ass thing. But other than that, like, yeah, like, do your thing, man, honestly. As I get older, because it's like, I think when we was younger, right, like, a lot of your girlfriends I knew just off of proxy that we went to the same school or hung out with the same people or like shit like that happened. And then now it's like you get to a situation to where like you like I wouldn't meet your girlfriend unless it was with you or something like that. So it's like there should not even be a scenario to where that happens because like as we're adults it's kind of crazier because you kind of do a head scratch like fuck you mean? Like,
right.
you would have never met that nigga without me. Like, how did that happen?
Facts, true.
So, I don't know. It's a weird dynamic. Like Tyler said, pray for Tyrese's mental, because that shit is crazy. Now, we kind of touched on it a little bit, and I think the lady had retracted her statement. It was a white lady that was supposedly his girlfriend, but we kind of touched on the Jonathan Majors thing. But what are your thoughts and opinions on like what's whole transpired, and not to mention, how do you feel about how certain things handle a situation like this? Because I think I don't want to put a name on that bullet because I got CTE and I don't want to just accuse anyone. But somebody already, I think, dropped him from something.
Damn, that was like the U.S. Army or something.
It was an ad.
Yeah,
I wanted to say it, but I'm like, that don't sound right. I was like, I don't know. I should have just went with my gut instinct. But yeah, how do you feel about that, Jonathan Majors?
Man, that's a crazy. It's that's heavy, man. Anytime you talk about something like that he is, allegedly being accused of, domestic violence or something like that, that's heavy, and you never want to, I guess, discredit the woman, or doesn't even have to be a woman, the person that's coming out and saying they were abused. You never want to discredit something like that. Full stop. Now, having said that, in this particular case, man, what his lawyers are talking about are crazy, bro. And so there's a lot to unpack there. So it's crazy how quickly this story has developed. It's Tuesday today, Tuesday evening. The news broke on Saturday evening, that he was arrested. And Sunday, so less than 24 hours after he was arrested, his spokesperson or lawyer came out and said they had witnesses, they had video evidence, and they had 2 written statements from the woman recanting her allegations. That's a lot of evidence, I would say, that would prove him to be innocent. But again, it's all happened so quickly, it's tough to say. But I would say if what his people are saying and they got all that stuff in his defense, I don't see how you could, convict him in the court of public opinion, in a real court, nothing. I think if it's true and they got all that evidence, that man's innocent as can be. That's what I got to say.
Mm. Now, I guess my follow-up question too, and then I'll let you go, Tyler. How do you feel like Marvel should handle this situation?
Marvel, that's tough, bro. I would say, again, we're sitting here 3 days or less than 72 hours after he's been arrested. You talk about something like Marvel, man. These are, multi-million dollar projects, things that are years and years in the making. They set up their phases years and years in advance. So they got so many plans, bro. I would advise them just, be patient. Let this play out. Give it, few weeks, few months, and see where we're at. And probably don't make any big decisions until then.
I personally think, I think they should let this situation play out as much as possible, and like whatever the case may be, stuff needs to get situated and stuff needs to kind of simmer down a little bit as far as ads go, or just any type of endorsements that may come, until we just get a clear view, a clear point of what the fuck happened, honestly.
Right.
And I mean, it's crazy how in society it's like you're guilty until proven innocent. Mm-hmm. And especially has black males. And I don't know, it was one of those things where like it happened so fast, because we were like you said, we literally just talked about this Saturday night, and I looked on Twitter and I saw the news at like Sunday night. I was like, damn, that happened that fast? I knew it was going, I knew actions had to happen quick, but I didn't know it was going to be that fucking quick. But yeah, it's definitely an unfortunate case. And if she is she is telling the truth that like all this shit did not happen and I was lying about it, reprehensible things have to happen.
I agree.
In the public view. And there needs to be a public apology.
Yeah, because that damage to his public image, man, is permanent, and that's something I had not even considered. I've been thinking about his case and what he's got going on, but that's a fact. If that's true, and she made those allegations and immediately went back and said, "Nah, I was just playing. That wasn't true." I think there should be some type of consequences for that. I don't know what those consequences are. Maybe Tyler's right. Maybe a public apology is, all you need in that situation. But yeah, that damage to his public image, man, that's pretty fucked up.
Because you think about it, you're playing with this man's career, his livelihood, everything. Like he makes money, obviously off of being seen. He's in films, he's in TV shows, he's been on ads and stuff like that. So all that shit plays into when you're being charged or being accused of this certain act. And it's one of those things that you can't really come back from if it's even if it's not true. It's something that like you now you gotta keep a watchful eye on this. You gotta keep a watchful eye on this person.
But that's why I think that public apology doesn't mean shit, because like Tyler said, not to be racy, but put some money in the tip jar. If they already have this image of Jonathan Majors being a nigga and like a threat to society, then this only confirms that threat to society. You know what I mean? Like all they need is a little bit of merit there. Because like obviously there's smoke where there's fire, but obviously we don't know about the situation. And then one thing I kind of want to just leave open to the room. You guys kind of already said it, but I guess, is this too harsh? Like, you know how like somebody gets sued, but then they countersue? And then like it's either for that amount or more. Would it be acceptable? Like, how do I even want to phrase this? Because I don't want to sound crazy. I don't want to sound misogynistic. But like, if someone accuses someone of like R-wording them, could you get that charge if it was a false accusation? But I mean, like a false accusation, not like necessarily that they just beat the case because they had a great lawyer and the other person didn't. Like they flat out, like you wasn't even in the vicinity. Like it was just a blatant lie. It's just like the relationship ended bad. So then they wanted to put dirt on your name and also screw you out of a lot of things and opportunities. Like, should they get that same charge that you're like? Basically, what I'm trying to say is like, are you willing to go for that charge? Because I feel like if you're going to accuse somebody of something so mundane and crazy that you should be able to take whatever comes with it. Like you should be so confident in whatever you're saying, and you want us to believe that you're willing to take a charge if you're lying. But I guess that's the hardest thing because I got to prove that you're lying, which is so weird.
And that's one of the reasons why this case with Jonathan Majors is so unique, because they're saying like, and I read, the first report that broke the news, it was a TMZ report, and the details in there were saying the alleged assault took place Friday night. It's pretty specific. Friday night in a cab ride coming home from some bars this past Friday. And so that's what his team was saying. He's like, apparently they got video footage from inside the cab that would, in theory, completely exonerate him. So that's why this is a unique case where you could really, like, if they got this evidence, like he's flat out innocent, like no two ways about it.
Right.
See, I wonder if it was one of those things where like she could have been violent, and in a result of him trying to like
control that, or
like calm her down,
that.
Or like maybe she's swinging, because like you said, if what you're saying is true and they're in the back of a taxi, taxi doesn't have a lot of space. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like a tight space. So if she's just swinging and you like almost trying to just grab her and be like, yo, chill, he could have accidentally bumped her or stuff like that. I mean, obviously he's probably stronger than this woman that was his girlfriend. But even then, it's like, this is such a weird situation because it's already put there on wax and they already arrested him. So I can't see I guess there's a world where a taxi driver could have called him, but then you're in a taxi, so you could really, if you wanted to, get out and probably get away. Granted, he's Jonathan fucking Majors, so you could probably tell him. That's a weird situation. I do hope, to pick you all the way back, that what you said, Alex, about Marvel just kind of sitting back and just waiting to see what happens. I kind of hope more companies do that. Not because I don't believe in cancel culture. Like, if niggas is doing weird shit, and they need to get packed up. I'm all for that. But I just kind of hate when we jump the gun when we don't even have evidence, especially in this digital era that we're in. Like, nigga, somebody somehow, some way will have footage or have a witness or have something. Like, let's just give it time to develop. We don't even let shit develop. And, like, niggas want to cancel things and pack them up. And it's like people don't even get to learn from the mistakes. It's like they almost just they go from having everything on top of the world to losing everything and then getting depressed, and then they don't get to learn. They just get to feel sorry for what they did. And it's just like, I don't know, it's a scary moment.
Yeah, which is kind of, I'm a firm 100% believer in, like, the best apology you could give someone is change behavior. So if this comes out to be true or false, then I feel like, you know, either side just needs to kind of just like chill out and stoop for a little bit and figure out themselves as a person and why they would go to this lengths, honestly. Because I'm all for, you know, peace and like trying to rechange yourself into a better person. So
I think it's that. I think it's just more so odds. Like, if you know that you and this shorty is like fireworks when y'all get together, you want to keep that as controlled as you possibly can. So I think the worst thing in the world you could do is fucking drink, and both of y'all drink. Like, if you know she a fucking hothead when she drinks, fam, sorry. If you love drinking, or even if you have a sip, like, just don't drink. Like, somebody gotta be the calm, controlled one in the situation. I know it's not fair, and I know it's like you want to celebrate the fruits of your labor, but it's like sometimes, my nigga, like, depending on if you're going to keep this person in your life and this person is going to be around you, you have to have controlled environments, because it's just like where we're at. Like, I've had some of the closest homies around here, like, cool as shit, dope as shit, but nigga, every environment we in, we either smoking, they drinking, they trying to go to the party, turn up, and it's just like, yo, I rock with you, but you kind of a loose cannon. I cannot be with you in this scenario because, nigga, I'm trying to see tomorrow. I'm trying to see my parents. I want to get to a point to where I could really enjoy this shit, take this somewhere, do something. Like, a lot of people don't realize that. And I mean, I respect people. I have no ill will towards people that feel shit in the moment, but I'm more of a, like, I still want to feel shit in the moment, but I'm not trying to die today. I just feel like a lot of people just don't think about their surroundings, or they don't think about other people. I guess they don't take in consideration what other people are capable of too. Because especially if what the alleged is true, and this is his girlfriend, I don't even know how that relationship works after something like this. Because it's like, even if she didn't arrest him and didn't want him to get arrested, and then, like, she had to give a statement because maybe she's never been in trouble. Maybe the cops kind of pressed her to where, like, they could have, like, coerced her to be like, well, did he put his hands on you? And she's like, well, technically, yeah, but he tried to grab me. And, like, who knows? Maybe she was intoxicated too. So, like, who knows what kind of story she could have gave. But, like you said, the damage is kind of done already. Like even TMZ, I wish there was better ways to, like, phrase shit. Because, like, you could have said he was detained for an incident. We're trying to find more information.
They said he was full out arrested.
Domestic violence, assault,
strangulation,
all kinds of shit.
I was like, damn.
And then, not to mention, I think they put a Creed picture too, so niggas looking extra buff. I'm like, y'all are nasty as hell.
Looking like a menace to society.
Like, niggas is sick. Yeah. And I also hate this too, just because I do wish we had to, like, the woman's aspect. Because it's kind of hard to say it from all three males with the same kind of mindset and ideology. But just to, you know, be vulnerable for a second, it is scary as a guy. Like, I don't, like, obviously, I'm never going to be in a situation where I would put my hands on a woman. I still don't want that on my palate. I don't want anyone that kind of sort of rocks with me or kind of fucks with me to be like, I see that nigga doing it. Like, I don't want that. Yeah. I don't want none of that on my palate. Like, I don't want to put myself in that situation. I don't want nothing. So, like, that shit to me is super scary because it's like I feel like I seen a movie, to basically where they made him take a plea deal, but he was 100% innocent, so he wouldn't take the plea deal. So it kept going to court and it kept dragging. Like, to me, that's just scary because they might fuck around with your mind to the point where you start to believe that you actually did something. Like, because, like, bro, niggas don't remember what they had last week for lunch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that is scary when you play on the mind. So, yeah, just prayers condolences to everybody involved, I guess. Alex, you do travel for work. Tyler, you are about to travel here soon. What are some, I guess you travel more by vehicle, and then Alex, you travel more by like planes and TSA and all that stuff. So what is some travel advice you could kind of give to our audience and listeners out there?
Bring a fucking charger.
Yeah. Don't forget the essentials. That's true, bro. I just, man, 2 weeks ago, I had to go work out in DC. Des Moines, bro. I love living in Des Moines. It's a great city we got here. I wouldn't trade it for the world, bro. I'd go to all these different cities, and I gotta say, bro, yeah, I'm rocking with Des Moines. I love the aspect that it's obviously still a city. You got everything that comes with the city, the whole downtown and the resources and stuff that you find in a medium to large size city, but it's still small. And I don't know, but yeah, I fuck with Des Moines. But yeah, where I was going with that, a couple weeks ago, I was flying out to DC. One of the bad things about living in Des Moines, anytime you fly anywhere, for the most part, you got to take a connecting flight. There's no direct flights really in Des Moines, at least not like on the major airlines. So yeah, bro, long story short, I got stuck in Chicago overnight. I didn't have none of my bags. The airline's like, nah, you can go ask. It's like a 2-hour wait, because I was trying to get my checked bags that had like, all my clothes and everything in there. But yeah, bro, no, all that is to say, bring your essentials like in the backpack that you take with you on the plane. Bring everything you need, because you never know if you're going to get separated from your other bags and shit.
Mm-hmm. I think, so when I flew to California, this is like, so before, I flew to Vegas. Vegas was a direct flight. I flew to Arizona. Both times I flew to Arizona and back to Arizona, and to Arizona, back to Arizona. They were direct flights. So
yeah, American runs direct Des Moines to Phoenix, so that's one of the spots you get a direct flight at.
I think I was American too. So I went to a tournament in Central California, so I had a connecting flight. So this is my like non-knowledge. I get off the flight, I'm like stressed. I'm like running. I go through TSA again because I'm like, yo, where my bags at? And they're like, yo, you on the connect, bro. They did it for you.
Yeah, they transfer that automatically.
Shit.
See,
I had to stand through line, take off my shoe.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you feel this way, bro. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for TSA. I'm glad that they're your top flight security of the world. But like, nigga, I hate taking off my shoes. I be having my laptop in my bag, so you got to put that in the bag. Then you got to put another bag on the thing, and I'm not fast. They be like, come here.
Stressful, bro. Stressful.
But yo, what's this? I'm like, yo, chill, cuz.
Turn you around, all type of shit.
They be treating you like cattle, bro. Like, and ask you, move that way. Hurry up, man. Pick up the pace. I'm like, man, bro, y'all. I mean, I understand because they moving a lot of people in and out, but that it's a stressful place to be.
It really is. That, to be honest, that's the only part. That and like, I guess, like this is why I do. This is why I think it's better to live in Des Moines and to just travel everywhere, kind of like what you're doing. Because I feel like to live in a big city would be a nightmare. Because like I don't mind driving to the airport, but like when I land somewhere, like Chicago airport was crazy as hell.
I bet LAX is crazy.
Yeah, I bet it is. The Chicago airport was crazy as hell. The Arizona airport was crazy as hell. Now, when I was in San Jose, that airport was small as shit. For California, it was cool. It was perfect. I was like, yo, I like this. But every other, like Chicago and Arizona, that shit was anxiety inducing. I hopped in taxis, bro. I wanted to get an Uber.
Bro,
like,
I swear I was just going to tell you that. Yeah, that's one thing, man. I know we in the year 2023, nobody really takes taxis anymore. But one spot, bro, where the taxis are clutch as fuck is the airport in them big cities, because they be lined up easy as fuck to find. Like, you just jump right in and go. You try and order Uber, man, you gotta pick them out. There's a million cars driving by. So yeah, bro, them taxis at the bigger airports are fucking clutch.
They be driving like a maniac too.
Yeah.
Like, bro, when I was in Chicago, and then I'll let Tyler go about like traveling tips and shit like that. I was in Chicago and $90 taxi ride too. That shit hurt. I hurt my soul. But like we were driving. This is the craziest shit ever. So we was driving. It was probably like a 5-lane type of thing or sort of thing. And like, you know how like there's exits. And then like one of these exits was a curve. And this nigga's driving on the curve.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, he's driving on the curve to get over here. I'm like, oh, this nigga crazy, bro. Like,
you ain't never went diagonal lanes before?
No.
Switch lanes like that before?
No. I'm not talking about switching lanes. I've switched lanes before. I've been in Nebraska and Omaha, and I've done that. This nigga was on the turnpike and was like, oh, no, we got to go over here. And then went over here. So, like, if the lanes are going like this, nigga, he was driving on the median, like that shit that you're not supposed to. If a cop pull you over, like, he was over there just, and then the fucking ambulance did it. I was like, oh, y'all niggas are different. I was like, I'll never drive in this city. Like, there are certain cities, like major cities, I would never drive. I'm just like, bro, ain't no.
New York. Don't New York. Why would you even own a car in New York? Yeah. Honestly, New York would be stressful. It looks stressful as hell getting around. Chicago is stressful as hell getting around. Let's see.
You driven there. Hey, travel tips for nigga driving and
as far as driving goes, driving is pretty straight simple. Just fill that bitch up. Fill that bitch up and then let it go down to about half or a quarter. And then fill that back up. Yeah. I usually stop at half and then fill it back up. So then like I know, especially when I'm going like through multiple states, I'll let go down to like half and then I'll fill it back up so I can get through those states. But other than that, just make sure you have all your shit. And it's really as simple as that. And whatever you're getting to in that city, like as far as like hotels, make sure you get there at the Pacific time that they tell you to check in. Because I remember one time, I think it was Detroit actually, where actually it was Dearborn. We got there too early. I think it was like, I want to say it was like 2, and our check-in was like 3. Well, it wasn't too early, but like it was like hours. So like we were just sitting there like, well, what the fuck do we do? I ain't about to sit in this hotel for that long. So like we just checked out the city. But other than that, man, that's really all there is to it. It's not as crazy as flying. And I like driving. I personally like driving. So like it's a lot of headspace, a lot of head time to, think, look at your scenery, and plan out pretty much what you're going to do when you get to the city.
I think one thing I'm gonna start doing more as I travel. I kind of did it the last 2 times.
Make sure your car is top 10 though, like because if you
part 2,
don't let your transmission fuck up.
I went to me and my family went down to Texas, but I had to drive through Kansas City, and this was like late at night, dog. When I tell it was like a foggy ass night. I couldn't see shit in front of me. I was like, yo, Dad, drive. I was like, I'm not gonna be the reason this bitch crashed over because I can't. No, I'm talking like the fog was like this close to your face. Like you couldn't see it. That
I know what fog is, nigga.
No, nigga, this was a different type of fog. This was like all them horror movie ass fogs. I'm like, I cannot see shit in front of me. And it was curves, turns. I was like, bro, fuck this. I ain't dying for this shit. But
so you gonna let your daddy die? That's crazy.
Well, I mean, no, he's more experienced than I am, so shit. He's a truck driver.
He's a professional driver. Trucks.
And then, but one thing I want to do more as I travel, and I think this is great advice for someone to travel. Say, obviously, travel within your means. If you got it, you got it. But say if you're going, say, somewhere for like a weekend, instead of just going for the weekend, like if you're going like say Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then you leave on Sunday, go Thursday through Monday. Like
enjoy the whole.
Well, not even that. I'm saying like Thursday through Monday, just for the sake of traveling. Like the last 2 spots that I went to, when I went like the day before, and then I got there and I was able to rest, unload my stuff, and kind of relax, kick it, maybe walk around a little bit, and then go do whatever I had to do. I felt 10 times better. Like the first time I went to Chicago within the last 2 years, like I pretty much took 2 flights and like unloaded my stuff, had to check into the hotel, and still had to do some shit that day too. Like it just felt like a long, draining day. And not to mention, like a lot of the times, I guess I've only really traveled to Chicago within the last 4 times, but a lot of times you're leaving one element for another element. So like your body's not even accustomed to the shit that you already putting yourself into. So that's another reason why I think you should just give yourself time to like recover and just regroup. Cause a lot of niggas just be fucked up because they be traveling from this place to that place, wondering why they sinuses all fucked up and messed up and stuff like that. And not to mention too, when I travel, I like to touch home base a lot. Like I'm not a very like, oh, we're going to be out all day and do all the activities right now. I'm like, nah, I like to come back, take me a little nap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't like to do, I don't like that shit, man. I like to rest a little bit.
Yeah.
My parents are like that. Like, they're like, all right, we're going to plan a whole day and then be out from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I'm like, y'all niggas got it. I'm going to take me a nap. I think I did that in Vegas, too. They was like, you want to go? I was like, no, I'm going back to the room. Fuck that. Yeah. Traveling's fun. It's just, it's also a hassle. Like I can see both sides. Like, kind of like, I see Tyler's side. If it's like a 4-hour or 3-hour trip, I'd always pick driving. But if I can get there in like 1 hour or 2 hours, I don't know if I don't really like a 2-hour flight. But if I get there like an hour flight or whatever, I think flying is that shit is kind of nice. I ain't gonna lie. You get past the bullshit, because really the only bullshit you gotta worry about is TSA. And then once you get past TSA, just get on the flight. So if you go on a certain time to where like you an hour and a half, so you really only got to wait like 10, 20 minutes or something like that. Like once you get through all the bullshit, maybe sit down, figure out where you got to go. Because I always go straight to where I got to be. So that way I'm always ready for whenever I got to get on there.
Right.
And then like flying is not that bad. Turbulence is a motherfucker, but.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's not too bad. I think one of the things that sucks for me living in Ames, which it's like a 45-minute drive to the airport. So that shit sucks, bro. When you account for driving there, driving back, and getting there early and shit, I really don't. I don't like flying that much. I would much rather have like a 5-hour drive to Chicago or obviously like Kansas City, Minneapolis, something like that, rather than fly all the way across the country. But you know, yeah, it's flying. It's all right.
Do you leave your like car at the airport like a lot, or how does that work?
Yeah, I always used to. They taxing on that airport parking though. They are taxing. Yeah, I was paying like, I don't know, $16, $18 a day. Inflation, you know, they raise that shit. So not anymore. No, I got my I usually have my girlfriend drop me off, and she got to drive all the way back. But yeah, that airport parking, bro, is too much.
You come back and your shit's not there. For real.
Well, that's why I like last few times I always took an Uber. I was like, man, fuck that shit. I'd rather just take the Uber. So I don't worry about the car and stuff like that.
I get that. You know what's usually when I travel, I usually just park the car at a hotel and then I like take an Uber anywhere else. Like that's why I did in Chicago. I just parked it at the hotel parking lot and I just took an Uber anywhere else. But at the same time, like Chicago, I'm taking an Uber. So like I'm not about to drive. I'm not about to drive in this big ass city, you know.
Right.
Detroit, you know, it's medium size, so like you could get around pretty good. So like, and I know the city, so like I could pretty much decide for anything as far as driving goes around there. So, but anywhere else, yeah, I'm pretty much Uber. So
that's the only problem though. Like when you like Ubering in a different city, bro, that shit be taxing. Like I don't even get how niggas live in different cities, bro. Like over here, like some places here, like $15 will get you far here.
Yep.
Nigga, I think I took an Uber to school, like when I was at Arizona State, and I want to say I'm like 2 miles from a train, then I take the train 2 miles. So I like say give or take 4 or 5 miles, right? That shit was like $45. I was like, nigga, fuck school. I was like, man, fuck this. Do you hate traveling now? Like, is traveling when you're not working enjoyable?
Honestly, bro, I don't do much traveling unless it's for work. I will say though, I'm planning right now a trip. I'm trying to go back to Europe. I've been once before, I'm planning on going in the next about 2 to 3 months, probably end of May, early June type of time frame. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to enjoy that for sure. But that's pretty unusual, huh?
I said that'd be fire.
Yeah, yeah. But that's, you know, that's something you do like once every 5 years or something. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do more. I want to travel like overseas and just see the world. Like just seeing different states and you'd be like, damn, the world kind of big for real. Like just.
I think there's a thing whenever you guys whenever you guys renew like your license or whatever, you get like a gold star on your license, to where like it's basically like an equivalent to like a passport. So like you could just. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you would still need to, like Social Security and stuff like that. But
yeah, I got my passport. That, you know, I was just reading. They're saying like it's a extremely long wait period right now for people getting their passports because everyone's trying to get one. So
yeah.
I get it.
If you're trying to go somewhere, you need to get that passport ASAP because it's probably like about a 3 or 4 month wait or so.
Well, because a YouTuber I interviewed. I'm back, Lotus Oscora. Shout out to Lotus. He said that within 100-mile radius of him, that it's going to be 4 weeks before he can even schedule an appointment.
Damn.
For a passport, like, because there's people that went to Evo Japan that's happening this weekend, and like niggas, man, it was just struggling just to get like passports and set that up, and that shit's crazy. Because that's something I do want to see. I want to see Japan too. Like I just want to be well, like traveled. Like
I bet motherfuckers were racking up passports when in the pandemic time.
Oh yeah, you heard about
I bet it was easy as hell.
You heard about the passport bros, which I ain't gonna lie. No, in fact, fuck y'all niggas.
Yeah.
that is weird, bro. Just because y'all can't get girls in the States, you think you're gonna go spend your same $1,000 in these poor, disenfranchised, like third world countries.
I wasn't sure where you was going with that, bro. Now I'm glad to hear you say that though, because I was thinking I don't know where B Hair's about to take this, but
that's
I agree.
Weird. I mean,
I was about to step
weird.
out of frame.
That's weird. I don't care because y'all niggas can have more money than me, but like y'all can't get no girls in the States, bro. That's weird. You're traveling to. There, I was about to cook niggas, but I'm gonna let them live. No, something that you do while you travel is you obviously go to work and you also do presentations. Is there any tips or advice you could give for presentations? Do you still get nervous when you do them, especially doing them in different cities and stuff like that?
I do not, bro. And the reason I do not is simply because I've been doing it so long. It's been probably about 5 to 6 years that I've been doing the same job. So my advice would just be to be prepared and know what you're talking about. And that's, bro, you can't go wrong. You know, it's just like anything else, just practice. You know, if that was one of the hardest things for me when I first was getting started, having to like talk, and it's not huge groups, but like 10 to 12 people, and they're like usually doctors or dentists or, you know, some like nurse practitioners, registered nurses and such. So people with professional titles, you know, doctors and stuff, people that are obviously...
But know they shit, though.
Yeah, exactly. Right. People that are real qualified and like know what's going on, like with what we're teaching and stuff. So that was hard when I first was getting started. But after a couple years and, you know, doing it over and over and over again, like I've done it so many times, bro, that I'm just not really nervous because I know what I'm doing at this point. It's just muscle memory pretty much.
So do you try to show personality? Is that hard to do? Like, can you freestyle it in a way? Or is it like you have to hit key talking points and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I got like basically at the beginning of the day, I got a introduction that I do that's pretty rehearsed. You know, I can mix it up and talk about kind of go into some more detail and stuff if I feel like doing that. But yeah, bro, so basically I got part of it that's real rehearsed. And then towards the end of the like middle end of the day, yeah, bro, honestly, a lot of my job is kind of interpersonal, you know, talking to people and chopping it up with them and different stuff. So yeah, definitely I have to kind of mix it up from weekend to weekend for sure.
Because I feel like that would be the hard part is just kind of, I hate like the restaurant job that I work at, like a lot of the servers have to have like key phrases and like key things to hit on and say while they say them. But I feel like for me personally, like I'm more of a, I don't think I'm a great speaker, but I just think I'm more of a natural speaker. Like I just say what comes to mind. Like I feel like every time I did a public speaking class, like I knew what I would say before I said it, and I think I would kill it. But then like I get up there and see one weird motherfucker or motherfucker just look crazy. I'm just like, damn, that's wild. And then I just lose it, and I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. So then I get up there and start freestyling. And I'm the type of person that like I do feed off of energy. So like if people actually fucking with it, then I'm gonna feel like more of a like I got to show out more kind of. So it's definitely a hard skill. It's something that like. I definitely want to hit you in like one of these days. I would love to like, I kind of seen what like the New Royal Mall did where they went on tour. I would love nothing more to put like TylerBrianHour on tour or some shit like that. Like that'd be fire to be on stage. Would I feel nervous? I don't know. I'm more of a, it depends on like how people react. Cause like, especially like when I conversate with people, and obviously y'all like my homeboy, so I already feel comfortable, but like, niggas is joking, laughing, and smiling, then I feel more relaxed. Versus like if niggas is just like not paying attention and stuff like that. Like something that I would do because we kind of had a discourse about it of potentially me doing that job and stuff like that. I would just feel like I would walk around the room, like see who's paying attention, and just different sort of things to where like, all right, if I feel uncomfortable, I'll make y'all feel uncomfortable to where we at least both get comfortable.
Right.
Like, you have any advice on presentations and public speaking? Were you good at it when you did it in school? Or?
Honestly, well, I was in drama in high school, so like, I had to do all them. I had to do all them fucking plays and all that backstage shit and whatever, all them cues and all them exercises, vocal exercises and stuff like that. So, with that type of knowledge, I personally feel like it's just one of those things where like you know what you're up there to do, you know, and like. As long as you know that and as long as you're capable of doing that, then nothing else matters. Just go up there and do your thing. And obviously you can't forget the shit that you're supposed to say or want to say. But yeah, it's always best to kind of like just kind of freestyle a bit, you know, just kind of to get your not only yourself loose, but to try to get the crowd or whoever that you're talking to on the same type of realm that you are. You know, as far as, you know, okay, you know, this person, he has a little bit of personality to him. Okay, I'm rocking with it. Or, okay, he's serious. I like this, you know. So, like, it's whatever that you're projecting out of yourself that you have to connect with that audience or whoever you're talking to. So.
And then also just, I think, like, if I had to give a tip of advice, see, my problem is, like, even, like, when I'm talking now, like, I always kind of focus in on something, so I might look dumb as hell, like, when I'm looking at someone, like, if I'm looking at a crowd presenting something, like, I'm gonna look crazy because I'm just focused in on something, but once I see, like, people, like, interact with me or, like, talk to me, like, I could kind of, like, not calm down, but, like, kind of give a better speech. It's hard. I respect people that, like, can talk to everybody, look at everybody, and do the whole hand things and look around and all this and the third, but for me, I always kind of lock in. But once I do that, like, I'm pretty good at giving speeches. Like, I was okay in, like, my public speaking class, and, like, there was a point in time where I still wanted to be a comedian. And I think even here in Des Moines, somebody was telling me, somebody was telling me that somebody has a open mic night. I think it's, like, one of the bars here.
Yeah.
And I thought about doing it. Only problem is, like, you got to write material, and that kind of goes into what you were saying of, like, just being well versed in what you're speaking about. Because, like, my problem is, like, I feel like when I talk a lot, like especially on the podcast, like I'm passionate about the podcast and I care about y'all, so I like want to put a good product out there. So I feel like you can hear that. But nigga, when I was in school and I had to like read or some shit or just something, I just generally don't give a fuck about it. Like you hear it, like it exposes.
Yep.
That shit is hard.
You're either monotone or soft spoken.
Yeah, man. And there's some monotone motherfuckers out there, and that should be killing me. That should be killing me.
But you know, it's like one of those things, man. It's like because one of the drama teachers used to say, you got to make sure the people around you believe what you're saying. You know, you got to feel what you're saying. So in order for them to actually be connected and give a fuck about it.
Do you feel like you're doing a presentation when it comes to this?
Yeah.
Really?
I can have a whole spiel like, listen, look, this is the TylerBrianHour. My boy Lopez, my boy B Heard, and myself and I are the most realest, outlandish motherfuckers I could possibly talk to, and we're real as hell, you know, as far as just, you know, stuff that, you know, any type of bullshit that you got going on in your mind, we're already one step ahead of you. We could already say what's on your mind without you even telling us about it. So, yep. That's definitely my spiel for the TBH podcast. You could love us or you could hate us. Please don't hate us. Rate this shit 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anything that your listening ears might be pleasurable to. And let's continue on.
The random ad of the podcast. But see, I guess you can answer this since you are the guest. I think our first guest of 2023 too. But like what I try to do is I try to make sure that our guest is as comfortable as possible. If it feels like a conversation, like I don't want it to feel like an interview. Just because it's just like, yeah, it is an interview, and like obviously you're dope, and like actually, fun fact, Alex is the smartest nigga I know. Like I'm not just saying that because he's on the podcast. I'm saying that because he generally is the smartest nigga I know. And even I ain't gonna put all his dirt out there because he's a changed man, but like when he was wilding, he was still the smartest nigga I know. Like there was niggas that was wilding, but they not as smart. Like they were wild, but like they had a phase. Like, they was either wild or smart. Like Alex has forever been smart, even when he was wilding. Like I was like, damn. But that because Alex was a friend. Because usually, like if Tyler, not saying he's not smart, but if Tyler's wilding, I'm like, yo, bro, you wilding. Like a lot of situations, or like another friend, like, damn, bro, you wilding. What you doing? Chill out, bro. You crazy. It was fuck. Got your whole life. Alex has always been great. Like you was the type of nigga I couldn't say that. I'm just
bro.
Just shrug my shoulders. Like, all right, bro. Do your thing.
I'm gonna
Be
put
safe.
it like this, man. If we ever did some type of Patreon episode or something, man, I could put you on some game, be heard, you know. But that's neither here nor there. That's in the past anyway.
Right. Which we very well could do, but not today. But yeah. Do you feel like this? You don't feel like this is an interview, do you?
Oh no, bro, no, for sure, no. I mean, I don't really talk about my job and stuff like that. I mean, I do because like I kind of, you know what? Actually, I kind of train new people for my job like every few months or so. So this kind of giving the introduction to my job and stuff, I suppose I do it. So, but nah, bro, it's cool.
Because like that, to me, I feel like anytime that I train people or I've talked in front of people or like I just talk in general, like when I be on the podcast and like I'll have conversations with friends or something like that. I'm like, oh, you're such a natural host, or you're such a great host, and you ask great questions and you think about it a lot. I'm like, fam, I just be freestyling and shit. Like I just don't want to, sound like an idiot in front of the internet. So I just be thinking of like, obviously I cater to our guests. And then I also catered to like Tyler, so it's like I'm already thinking of like how this dynamic could work and a 3-man weave can work. But at the same time, I just be like, what would be a good question, or how can I set this person up? Like a lot of shit just be off the top of the dome. So I guess that could be a natural God-given talent. But at the same time, I think because I've been thinking about that too. I think that's just half of just radio background too. What you did. I don't even know if I can credit that, just because. With this, I try to make sure it has a flow to it and then make sure that everybody's heard and like can get their shit off. But with radio, it was more of a transition to another song. And then even then, when I did radio, I didn't talk that much. It was more of like, all right, I'm going to lower this song and then transition to this song. And I'm like, oh, this is DJ Be Heard with it. I don't even remember what the fuck my show was called, but like I called it whatever I would call it and then kept it pushing. And even when I was DJing like at little venues and shit like that, like I still just didn't say nothing because it was like a high school venue or a middle school venue. It's like, what the fuck am I finna? Yo, make some noise! Like, nigga, who are you? Like, but
that's how DJ make their bread, bro.
Yeah, true. I'm not slighting it, but I'm just saying like when I did it, that it wasn't like nothing too crazy. Speaking of crazy, how do y'all feel? And this is something I never really thought about until like that new show Swarm. I'm not here to talk about Swarm, but
never even seen Swarm.
How do y'all feel about stands though? Like, y'all got any thoughts and opinions on stands? Like, don't get me wrong, I would like someone to fuck with the TylerBrianHour podcast or the Be Heard YouTube channel, which you subscribe to. But I would like y'all to fuck with it heavy. But I don't know if I want some stands personally, just because off the strength of like nigga, I'm still a person. So like I wouldn't really want y'all to know where I live. This is why I always be kind of getting on Tyler when he be like, oh yeah, we was at such and such doing such and such and all right over here. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck. I don't want niggas to know where any of us are at or who we be with and who we be by. It's like I want someone to be more of a supporter than a fan. Because I feel like fans always have kind of a negative connotation. And then also on top of that, like I wouldn't want like this podcast to go up and then like somebody be like say somebody just randomly just, oh, Lopez don't be making sales like that, fuck that nigga. And then like the TBH army or wherever the fuck just start threatening this nigga, showing pictures of this nigga's mom and she ugly or some shit, or be on some Twitter shit like
right.
Like, oh, no man under 5'8" can talk to me. And it's like, well, actually, I'm 6 foot taller than your dad. And it's like, oh, the nigga dead. It's like, yo, like, stands be nasty.
Yeah.
But look, I'm saying that. I love y'all. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no beef. I ain't calling out no fan base. But thoughts and opinions on stands. And because even football fans are stands. Like, I feel like there is some stand-em to everything we.
Right. Yeah. I mean, tying it, a little bit back into one of our earlier topics, talking about Jonathan Majors. I will say this, bro. We talked a lot about, and I think the evidence and stuff that at least if all that evidence is out there, it looks like he's innocent. But I will say this, when the news first broke about, he was arrested and stuff, that's definitely something I was thinking of, like with him being like, one of the big faces of Marvel right now. I'm like, man, they got he got arrested. Marvel's got to drop him because you got so many kids that are huge fans and idolize these actors and stuff like that. So,
oh hey, Be Heard.
Yeah, it's gonna
Be Heard.
but so yeah, no, bro. Obviously, I think that shit is not, especially like for younger people, I would say like kids and young teenagers and stuff. That's just not healthy. You should not be idolizing celebrities. I think a lot of people kind of do it as a joke, like, these Beyonce stans and stuff. Like, I think they'd be joking around a lot of shit.
Name on the bullet. I mean, so Swarm is Daniel Glover or Donald Glover. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's his show, and he's, I think, poking fun at Beehive stans.
Oh, I didn't even.
But one of them is like a serial killer, but she's killing in hopes of like, it's not Beyonce, but it's someone like Beyonce. And then, so I guess how they tie it in is like, is she really a murderer just because she's a stan, or is she a murderer because this bitch is actually a murderer? So it's like, it just tackles that whole culture and stuff like that. Like, I think it is good to be a fan, but at the end of the day, like, what happens with them shouldn't affect your everyday. Like, there is I think Ronin Kenshin, like that anime series, the manga, is like one of the classic older ones. It was like kind of the gateway drug to being the anime and manga. That mangaka or the author, I think, assaulted his wife or some shit like that. Like he did some foul shit to where it kind of like like with the R. Kelly thing. Like, can you separate the art from the artist? And I feel like that's a lot of people that like become stans and stuff like that. Like, they're so tied into everything about the person that I don't know personally if a stan could. Granted, anyone that has like a true like Beehive or Nicki Minaj fans and stuff like that, I don't know if they could do any wrong in the sense of in their idol's eyes. But if it gets to that point, could they separate their fandom from the art or the artist? Which is always kind of like a scary thing.
It's always definitely a hill you gotta die on, because there's still people out here that are still bumping R. Kelly. There's people out here that are still.
But you don't know no R. Kelly stands. I don't think I've ever.
I got some R. Kelly's.
Nah, not no niggas stands. I'm saying like
I'm not even going
like a R. No. Just to put it in perspective, a R. Kelly stand would be the niggas with the mask. Like, them niggas would have this Zolo, whatever the fuck his name is, man. With the Z. You ain't never seen an R. Kelly. R. Kelly, the only nigga I've seen with that.
All right.
See, I'm gonna make you pull it up. As if there's no way. That would be crazy as hell. But yeah, I don't, cause like one of my homeboys, gay dude, shout out to you, Nikki Stan. When that nigga was like, watch this, and like somebody was talking crazy on Twitter, one of them niggas added dude, and they just flooded his shit. Like, got him to delete the tweet, delete Twitter, just packed him up immediately. I said, I don't want no smoke.
Yeah.
And like, that nigga be kind of like, what you think of this Nikki take? I'm like, oh, great, go job. Go Barbs. I was like, I don't want no smoke. Especially since I ain't the greatest, I don't look the greatest, none of that shit. I was like, I don't want no problems. Like, that shit is scary to me. That shit is very, they take that shit serious. And I mean, I don't know. Because it's always weird because it's people's lives. Like, at the end of the day, like, niggas got to go home, niggas got to feed their families and stuff like that. So it's like, I want people to be a fan of me, but I want to be able to walk in Walmart. I want to be able to go home and, like, I want to be able to hug my mom without niggas. But, oh, shit, it's B. Heard his mom. Look. Yo, where y'all about to go? Huh? Because actually, you showed me that DDG clip. I don't know if you know him, who he is. He's like a YouTuber that turned into a rapper. He got some good songs out there. He did Moonwalking in Calabasas with Blueface. That's a pretty good song. And this nigga just like hopped his gate. It was a fan.
Yep.
And he got a plate.
Dude was just in his house.
Yeah, DDG was just like, how'd you get here? And he's like, I hopped the gate.
Just hopped the gate.
Oh, shit.
He's like, you just got a plate too? He's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Was cool.
I mean, it was there. Security guard was turned his back, so I just, hey.
And then he was like, yo, I would
have been like, bro.
And he was like, I just wanted a picture. And he was like, okay. He's like, oh, you see them Travises? He's like, yeah, I thought about taking them, but I was like,
that shit right there, that shit right there is scary as hell. Like, I would never want to, because you don't know what niggas is capable of.
Bro, I be having fun.
And if I ever get into that situation, I don't know what the fuck I do. I don't know what he got. I don't know if I call the cop. I gotta see how he plays it. Because if he come up because if he's if I don't know that he's in my house and he just sitting in the kitchen chopping it up with my friends, and the first thing he looks at me, he sees me, he shuts everything down. He'd be like, "Well, I've been waiting to meet you." I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. You gotta go, bro." Cause yeah, with that, bro, I don't know.
Cause I mean, it's just like how your sister pulled up here. Like if the dog would have saw Tyler, where I'm sure she's met Tyler, but maybe not a few times. Where like she's met me more. And that nigga would have took a McGruff bite out of his ass. Like I don't know if I could have. Yo, chill. Like I can see a situation where you want to just jump off the handle. Like shit. Like nigga, I've had friends. Like I've been in a spot. And then they'll send me a snap of me or like, oh, that drink good as hell, huh? I'll be looking around like, what the fuck? Like, I'm scared as hell because I'm like, I don't like this shit. Like, that shit to me is scary.
That's why you see B Heard every time like he's somewhere, it'd be like a blank ass Snapchat, and then it'd be like location.
You laughing, bro? Yeah. Like, you don't need to know exactly where I'm at, motherfucker. You just know I'm here.
Picture be black as hell like this.
Yes.
It'd be a song or a location.
Yes.
Like, damn, yes, bro, all right.
Because, like, I've also, like, I have a hood side of my family, and my hood side of my family have gotten us definitely shot at or, like, gunshots near the vicinity just because niggas will post, like, yo, we here. Yup. Right here, all around us. Yo, you see us. I'm just like, yo. Yeah. No, but niggas be putting the whole face and put the location. I'm just like, damn, no, I was there. Now I can't even be lying. Like, I be lying sometimes. Some of these shorties don't even know where I'm at 24/7. Like, they be like, where you at? I'm at home. Nigga, I just looked at Tyler. Da-da-da. You was here just 10 minutes ago. I know you was around the corner. I was like, oh my God. I was like, that shit is scary, man. That to me, especially with the internet, especially with like not saying I don't want to be a media darling. I just want peace. That's it. I want, oh yeah, I fuck with him. I fuck with his homies and stuff like that. But I'm gonna leave them alone. Like I don't want no nigga stalking me. That shit is not cool. I don't want no shorty stalking me. I'd be very reluctant to let niggas like drop me off somewhere. Like if I don't trust you, bro, like I'm be like, yo, drop me off here. It'll be a whole like 2 blocks away. I'll just walk because I was like, man, bro, I don't want niggas to know my house. That shit is scary to me. That shit is scary.
Yeah, because you don't know what people are capable of.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't put it past anybody. I do not put it past anybody. Speaking of locations, Lamar Jackson requested a trade on March 2nd, and news broke out just recently this past week. That's why we're obviously talking about it now, because the Ravens don't want to pay him, and he don't want to play for the Ravens no more. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Lamar Jackson. I seen a picture on Twitter, and it said it could be all so simple, and it had Patrick Mahomes. He was handing the ball off to Jackson, number 8. And I was just like, niggas is not shit.
Oh, man. That's fraud.
So as a Minnesota Vikings fan, would you take him?
Oh, yeah, I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, 'cause Kirk.
Look at my starting quarterback right now, bro. I got Kirk Cousins playing quarterback, bro.
He's asleep right now, bro. He cannot be up past whatever time it is. What time is it? Like 10 o'clock. He cannot be past 10 o'clock because he can't play.
Don't let it not be no prime game. With
if
Kirk Cousins.
if it is a game that is anything besides Sunday noon kickoff, bro, don't give him no 3:25 p.m. kickoff. Pray to God it ain't no Sunday night football. Sunday night football.
Sunday night is over.
Yeah, bro, forget about it. Pack it up, man. You ain't even got to watch that game. You already know.
Or better yet, if it is like an afternoon game, y'all better not hope that shit turn to 7. Like y'all better blow them the fuck out within the first 3 quarters till it turns 7 o'clock. But yeah, what do you guys think about the Lamar situation? First of all, where do you think he's gonna go?
I can't see him going anywhere cold. He's a Florida boy.
I don't mean shit. He's in Baltimore.
I know, but still.
They play outside, don't they, Baltimore? Yeah.
That'd be rain, slush, like Maryland getting nasty. But
don't mean he want to be up in it. I mean, consciously, don't mean he want to be up in it anymore. You know?
But I mean, every team outside of Washington that's been listed has a dome. Yeah, all 3
bro.
of them.
Does New England still play outside?
They still play outside.
They was talking about him maybe going
Bro,
there.
that's just because Meek Mill says some shit.
Yeah, right.
Like, I can't see a world where Robert Kraft would give up that much and pay him that much if he's not even going to pay Tom Brady that much. And then not to mention, but I ain't going to lie, that offense would look kind of crazy.
Cam Newton at one point.
Yeah, Cam Newton was cheap, though. Cam was cheap. But where do you think he will end up playing this year, and where do you want to see him go? Those are my 2 questions.
I want to see him go to Minnesota. I mean, that would be awesome, bro. The situation they're looking at right now, Kirk Cousins got 1 year left on his contract, and then he
sign and trade.
So yeah, he I don't know what they're gonna do with that. If they're gonna try and sign an extension, or if they're gonna just ride out that contract, or what. But I ain't trying to have another year with Kirk Cousins as the Vikings quarterback, man. You got Justin Jefferson out there, bro, just wasting years. Because Kirk, bro, he's cool, but you already know, man. He might have a good regular season, not doing anything in the playoffs. So I would love to see Lamar Jackson in Minnesota. Do I think he's going to go there? That's tough to say. Probably not. I don't know, bro. If you look at the Vikings, it's interesting. They got their head coach and their GM both just had their first year. And it was a pretty successful first year.
Yeah.
13 wins? I think 13 wins. Good first year. I don't think they're going to blow everything up and get rid of Kirk, but I would love to see it happen. I don't know.
My only thing with that, like at least with the Vikings thing, to go on that real quick, do you think they're win? I mean, if they won 13, yeah, I guess they could be still win now. I mean, they made the playoffs. They just lost.
Yeah.
Lamar does change that dynamic of that team. Lamar's problem is staying healthy, though. But to be honest, I'd give up Dalvin, too.
Dalvin Cook.
He's good.
He's getting 28, 29 for a running back, bro. That's them. His days are numbered at that position.
He be fumbling a lot, too.
Yeah, he be fumbling. He be getting hurt, too, bro. Yeah, man.
And not to mention your backup. That nigga cold, too. You nice.
Madison, yeah, bro, he's decent. That's what they say in the NFL, man. The running backs come a dime a dozen. You know, you find a guy, get him in there, relatively cheap contract. It's the quarterback position that everyone's trying to get figured out.
I guess you do need the relative freaks of nature because, like, when you think of freaks of nature, like, as far as the running backs go, I'm going to say
Derrick
CMC, Derrick Henry.
I had CMC on my
Even Ezekiel Elliott has a power bag as big as he
That
is.
nigga not a freak of nature. That nigga freak.
Oh, they let him go. The Cowboys let him. They said, all right, sayonara. We'll see
Big as hell now. But I was gonna say CMC and then what's the boy from Cleveland? What is his name?
Chubbs. Saquon, bro. Saquon cold. I had him on my team last year,
Saquon
too.
the one.
Saquon, he just scares me because he has some injury. Hopefully he stays healthy. Like he is one of my favorite players to watch when he's healthy. But so then, where do you think he'll go? I guess you said
That's a question of who's willing to give up 2 first-round draft picks, and I don't know if any. I don't know, bro. I don't know if any team out there is willing to give that up. And keep in mind, you not only do you got to give up 2 first-round draft picks, you got to negotiate a contract with that man, and he's coming for that bag, bro. He's coming for, Deshaun Watson type. I don't even know, bro. I think they were talking about 5 years, $240 million or something. Like
either way, the going rate for a quarterback is 230, guaranteed.
Yeah.
what Kylie got paid. Does anyone know?
No, I don't know.
I really don't care for that.
Well, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I feel like Lamar is at least way more than him. Like I would sign Lamar quicker than I would sign Kylie.
I agree with that.
So I don't know what Kyler got paid. He got paid a decent penny. I think the Deshaun contract is obviously an alarming contract for a lot of people. But
to be in Cleveland, that got it.
Yeah. For me, because
that's tough.
I definitely want him to leave Baltimore because I feel like Baltimore's not utilizing him quite well. Like
I think he's just sick. He was
when you sign a 36-year-old fucking Deshaun Jackson, and I love Deshaun Jackson, I really do, but it's like, come on, man, like you're not getting this nigga help. You traded away Hollywood Brown. You signed Nelson Aguilar, nigga. This was the same nigga getting crucified by the Philly fans talking about he can't catch Aguilar. Like, what are we talking about?
They calling that man Butterfinger.
Like, yo, he had to go to New England to reinvent himself, and he got a bag. I mean, salute to bro, and I don't want no smoke, but it's just like, nigga, like you never helped him except getting him more running backs and defense. Like, okay, yeah, it keeps him in the game, but he has no one to throw to. No one is a threat on offensively outside of Lamar. So it's like, they're going to run, so they're going to bunch up the box, and we dare you to pass long when the only option you got is Mark Andrews, who doesn't go long. He's a security blanket, but he doesn't go long. I want him to leave.
Where you think he might go?
Because I kind of want him to go to...
You want him to go to the NFC?
Well, hold on. I want him to go to a winning team to where they have potential to do good and shake some
Minnesota,
shit up.
bro.
True. I think Washington or like
Washington.
Well, hold on. Let me say. I think Washington or Atlanta would be one of those good. Like they'll be able to market Lamar more than Baltimore. I feel like Baltimore kind of lucked out because they're kind of a prestigious franchise, and then they got like an MVP candidate, so like they were able to make Lamar a superstar. But I feel like Lamar is going to feel more of a superstar, like seen more in Atlanta or Washington, like a. I feel like those are bigger markets to how they could utilize them. Like Indianapolis is not really a crazy market as far as like Lamar. Like I'm not gonna lie, like Indianapolis Colts having a black quarterback sounds weird to me. Like they had Brissett, but that's as far as black as they'll go.
That sounds nasty.
Yeah, dude. Everybody keeps saying it. Like I guess the Colts have enough money and they have like the picks for it, and they have like 2 of them, I think, or something like that. So like
this is trash, bro. Who's their even coach? Because they had that fool from ESPN, Jeff Saturday. They literally just hiring people out of ESPN, bro. What kind of an organization does that?
They said fuck Saturday. we getting somebody.
I don't know who they got. I want to say one of the Eagles guys. No, because one of them went to Arizona, and I forgot where the other one went. I think he went to the Colts. Can't remember if it was defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator. To be honest with you, I think he should go to the Lions.
Don't say that.
The Lions.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Lions.
Don't say that.
Why? What the fuck are you talking about?
Don't say that.
What?
Y'all don't want him.
Jared Goff. You taking Goff over Lamar Jackson?
I'm taking golf over Lamar Jackson.
I respect that.
You was not saying that like 2 pods ago, though.
I'm looking you dead in your face as a man. I'm taking Jared Goff.
No, you're not. Y'all niggas.
Look at me. Look at me.
Y'all are shipping him to Baltimore. The moment y'all get the phone call and y'all get a good deal that y'all like, that nigga is gone. So you gonna be a Baltimore Raven fan with that nigga?
He ain't gone yet. The fuck? I wasn't a Rams fan with that nigga.
Okay, then. So that's what I'm saying. You like, wait, Jared Goff. That nigga gonna be gone.
I'm not even. Listen,
look,
we don't want him,
bro. Yeah, you do. DeAndre Swift, Lamar Jackson, those wide receivers, that defense,
St. Brown,
like
you got J-Mo.
Yeah, they cold.
And you're in turf and indoors.
We ain't got DJ Chark
anymore.
anymore. We ain't got DJ Chark anymore. He went to bigger and better things.
But you got Williamson.
We do got Williamson.
Replace that nigga. Look, this is a farm system. Like, y'all gonna be all right. Especially since y'all making noise now. And with Aaron Rodgers potentially leaving the NFC North, the only team you really got to worry about is the Vikings because the Bears are not going to be there.
So why the fuck will we? All we got to worry about is them. Literally, that's all we got to worry about in our division.
But to make the Super Bowl, you need a Lamar. Jared Goff is not leading you to the Super Bowl. They nigga scored 3 points against the Patriots. That scored like 10 or 13. What the fuck are we talking about? Yo, bro, stop living in Madden, my nigga.
Lamar's getting to a Super Bowl?
Yes.
With who?
Not the Baltimore Ravens because he ain't got no help there. He got more help in Detroit than he would in Baltimore.
You're not lying, but at the same time,
matter of fact, he would have more help. He would have more help. I'm going on a limb to say every team that's considered Lamar would have more help.
Lamar's been in the league for like what, 5 years?
Yeah, but who name
niggas won one playoff game?
Why do niggas hold that against him like that's his fault?
This is a nigga throwing the ball. like who else is supposed to like what are we doing?
Who is he throwing the ball to?
Andrews?
One.
But he's also
he got Rashad Bateman out there.
Rashad Bateman's been hurt, my nigga. Like, nigga, he wasn't good until he was in Minnesota. Like,
honestly, yeah.
Nigga was throwing to Willis Snead. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah.
The fourth, not even the third, not the second, not the first. It's like the fourth, nigga.
You gotta be able to make shit work.
No.
Yes.
Because you're not telling Patrick Mahomes that. You're not telling Josh Allen that. You're not telling Joe Burrow.
Patrick Mahomes been making it work, bro. That man's got 2 chips and he went to a third.
Okay.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill,
granted,
the fastest man alive, and Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey. But at the same time,
he ain't got no defense
nigga
though.
lost
So he's
Hill.
still everyone's having to do it without something, and the great ones are doing it.
Nigga was throwing to Juju.
And Juju was solid.
I had Juju on my fantasy team.
Juju was damn near out the
He was
league.
kind of
halfway decent year.
That nigga was
He's
damn near out the league.
Yeah.
If we being real.
He still got the bag this year, and I think he would have been way better in the year had he had Tyreek Hill with him. He was not. It was hard for him to be the second option. I don't think he was dependable like that until it got to the playoffs. But when you had multiple options and to where he could kind of just like Juju being a third option is a great third option. Like not a lot of nickel quarterbacks can guard him. And there was a lot of situations where he was not guarded, but they just weren't throwing him the ball because the guy got Travis Kelsey. Fuck, I'm not throwing to Juju for. Hey, like it's just the offense and how it's designed. That's not necessarily his fault. Like niggas saying, "Oh, Lamar only got one playoff win," but who the fuck has he been throwing to? And not to mention, who the fuck has been his running back? Like the nigga's been the best running back on the team. What are we talking about? Like Deshaun Watson hasn't really done shit. Kyler Murray hasn't really done shit. And Kyler Murray had D-Hop. Deshaun had Amari Cooper.
That nigga also can't see over the line, bro.
That too.
5'11" or some shit.
Nah, he ain't 5'11". I'm talking
like 5'10".
Yeah.
Oh,
he like
shit.
5'10", bro.
Oh my.
Yeah, we taller than that.
Damn.
He's short for real. But that's what I'm saying is like, imagine what Lamar will do with help. The reason why he's fucked up is because he's doing the most because he's trying to help his team win, but the niggas is mad at him for not winning.
And to Tyler's point earlier about him being the injury problem, y'all see that? It was like a NFLPA, the Players Association, put out a report grading all the franchises on a whole bunch of different shit from like the nutrition, the food that they be giving them, the training staff, the facilities, all that.
Selling point for Minnesota.
Yeah, they was first in the league.
Yeah, they was first.
First in the
first.
league.
They was first.
Yeah, no, but Baltimore, like they had their training staff was like dead last or some shit. And I think they fired their strength and conditioning coach after that report dropped. So you would think maybe that might have had something to do with the injury problems he's been having.
I think they have more of a like an old school mentality. Like they're kind of like a hard nosed team, and like I think they still practice like the regular practices and stuff like that. I just feel like Lamar needs to leave, and he needs to go to a better team to where he's not dependent on. Like Lamar still has a strong arm. He's a couple years removed away from winning the MVP. Like imagine,
you know what? I'm gonna say this right now. This is all I'm gonna say. Let him be the best. Let him be the best player, the most outstanding player down the NFC South. He could run that whole division. Fuck them. They've been
need
guarded.
a Lamar though.
Fuck that. He could have the NFC South. He could leave us alone, right, Lopez? He could leave us alone up here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, bro. I would take him in Minnesota, bro. But that's just me. Yeah, I gotta say, bro.
And this nigga talk about he don't want him. Like, bro, you're not winning this shit with Goff. I'm sorry.
He went to a Super Bowl before.
I was gonna say that earlier. I thought he did,
but he had Todd Gurley and Cooper Kupp. Like, we're not gonna act like niggas ain't have weapons and then blame Lamar because he didn't have no weapons.
Cooper Kupp won a triple crown last year, and that was it.
Nigga set all the NFL records with winning the triple crown. You see what happened when he had a quarterback?
Exactly, last year. That was last year, nigga.
But he was still him, though.
Nigga had a Stafford. We had Stafford thrown to him. I mean, of course.
But I'm saying, like, prior to, he was still him with Goff, too. He made Goff.
I don't know.
You think honest in your honest opinion.
Woods was there.
Too.
Woods was there.
What's up?
And Brandon Cooks was there, too.
But that was still Coop. And y'all,
and we had Todd Gurley, so nigga really wasn't throwing.
Yeah, Todd Gurley was cold, and then
he was. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is like, now you made me lost my train of thought. Like you think Goff gets traded had he not played well with the receivers that he had? Like Detroit does not take Jared Goff on if they're trying to ship Stafford if Goff doesn't look good with the weapons that he had.
Was that a straight trade? Just Stafford for Goff? No draft picks either way. Did they just?
No, they had to lose they shit.
They had a couple draft picks.
They
gave it up to get Stafford.
Mm-hmm. They ain't got a pick until next year.
Well, because remember that's how them shirts came out. And I was like, man, fuck them picks.
Oh, okay,
that's why.
Okay.
Yeah,
them they said what future? So
they got a chip though. Yeah.
Well, I want. Yeah, to finish the point that I had, I want Lamar to go to Detroit just because I feel like that would be the best city for him, the most win-ready team. Somehow, some way, if he could go to Miami, I want him to go there ultimately. Like, that'd be my number one pick. But
why people talking about Miami like they don't got Tua, bro?
Nigga, Tua don't even know they got Tua. Tua don't know.
Tua don't know shit. Tua don't know it's Tuesday.
No, in all seriousness, I do not want him to get hurt, but man, he don't know where he at, man. I really not that I don't want him to play, but I really don't want him to play. I don't want to see him get hurt. And then niggas be like, oh, well, I told you not to play. It's like, but yeah, and then where I think he will go, honestly, I could kind of see him in Washington or Atlanta. For like a market thing. Atlanta kind of got a young squad. Kyle Pitts is nice. Drake London's nice. You could start creating some things with Atlanta. I don't know if they'll be a playoff well, actually, shit, they might be.
They might.
Because fuck, the NFC South's up for grabs. With Baker being in Tampa Bay.
Who they got? Baker Mayfield. Then they got Andy Dalton.
What's going on with Brady? What's the last y'all heard? He's retired. I know he came out and he officially retired. I thought I heard something about he thinking about maybe coming back.
That man's
they said something. They said something about Miami, and he was just like making a joke, like, "Oh, if you had to see all the shit I had to clean up, you would retire too," or something along the lines. But I'm like, there's a reason they're saying that. I don't know why, but they're saying that for some reason.
Yeah,
because remember he was supposed to be like an owner / coach or some shit, but then that was tampering. So he's gonna eventually do something with Miami, but I don't know if
that man's trying to buy a team right now.
Yeah, so he's probably gonna deal with Miami in some sort of way. He looked good though. They just posted a recent, I think it was like him, Gronk, and Edelman, and they all look buff as shit. They probably on that shit.
The core 3 or something like that.
They probably on that shit. So I mean,
who gives a fuck? They retired.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna test
No,
him.
who gonna tell them?
So they gonna get their body back. So he probably, you know what, I do feel good. Well, shit. Since we're on the football subject, Cam Newton said there's not 32 quarterbacks better than him. I kind of believe him. Ain't gonna lie. Me personally,
You better than Russell Wilson?
maybe my black bias. Yo, you foul as fuck for that. Maybe my black bias. Sue me, I'm black. Like Wale said. I'd rather see Cam Newton out there than like a lot of these niggas.
Like who?
They got Andy Dalton starting.
And he's starting over Jameis Winston, too. That's a good quarterback battle they got going in New Orleans.
Well, not really, because Jameis just be fucking up a lot. If Jameis stopped throwing the ball
Look us
away,
dead in our eyes and tell me that Andy Dalton.
No, Andy in Carolina now, so he gonna be Carolina's quarterback. And then
Now who the fuck? Oh, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's on the Saints.
Is it, bro? Is it Andy Dalton?
no, he's
Which
on
is
the 49ers.
which is worse. Wait, he went to the 49ers?
What?
Sam Darnold got signed to the 49ers.
Damn.
They said both of them niggas might not be ready for training camp. Purdy and Lance, like they both kind of fucked up.
Oh, Derek Carr went to the Saints. I forgot.
Oh, he did for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, look, y'all even know where half of these motherfuckers.
He might be better than Derek
There's a lot of
Carr, I
shit
ain't gonna
shaking
lie.
this offseason,
He might
bro.
be better than
It
Derek
is.
Carr.
People moving around.
It is, but that's what I'm saying too. Like, bro, it might not be. I appreciate it, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, personally, I'd rather see Cam out there than a couple of these niggas. Like, some of these niggas look bad, bro.
I mean, I'll put it like this. Some of these teams that are, if you know that you're going to be a sorry-ass team anyways, you might as well put Cam out there because he's going to bring people in. People will come. You know, you're going to sell out the stadium with Cam as your quarterback. And if you know you're going to be sorry anyways, you might as well do that.
And then potentially there's a world where, like, obviously Cam got brought back to Carolina. Obviously he went to New England. New England got COVID, and then that was a weird year. And that's a hard system to learn. There's a world where he still was recovering from the torn labrum and torn shoulder that he had, and that was on his throwing arm. His arm did look pretty good during the Auburn Pro Day. Not saying it's elite level arm. You know, still ball placement. There's still like high level guys. Everybody's getting stronger, faster. Cam's not who he once was, but if Geno could make a comeback, maybe Cam, you know, he goes to a place to where he does get humbled and he does learn, and maybe he's that veteran quarterback. I think it's possible. I just don't think you would know that until you get signed, because outside of like the top 18 quarterbacks, I'm being modest here, like every one of the other niggas is replaceable, bro. Like, we being honest.
The last time that man was in a playoff game was 2017. The last time that man threw for over 3,000 yards was 2018.
Damn.
But see, I hate that narrative too, because niggas acting like we trying to sign Cam Newton to win the Super Bowl. We just trying to see Cam play. Like, a lot of these teams is ass, bro. Like, niggas do not, like, everybody want to call Russell Wilson, but when he was playing ass and Baker Mayfield was out there, niggas, before we got blown the fuck out, niggas did not want to see the Rams versus Broncos on Christmas. I didn't want to see that shit. And I was watching that shit in the first quarter, but the Celtics game was on. I'm trying to change it to the game, and my whole fucking family in my grandma's house is a football fan, so what the fuck you doing? It's like, all right, I gotta hold this. So I watched that game. There's a lot of shitty games this year, and that's off the strength of the quarterback. That's why the rules and regulations go to the quarterback's benefit. Like, so niggas always want to say like, oh, I don't want no Cam in the league. Cam is ass. He should retire. It's like, but you gonna watch Mike White play in a game, or you gonna watch Zach Wilson throw for 70 yards.
He on TV. He in the NFL, nigga. So, I mean,
but Zach Wilson,
I'm not going to watch a nigga that ain't in the NFL. What the fuck am I going to do with that? I mean, they right there.
But you know who Cam Newton is. You don't know Zach Wilson? That nigga known for fucking moms and not playing good football. Fam, when the Jets don't fuck with you, think about that for a second. He ain't trying to hear me. You trying to hear me. When the Jets don't fuck with you, bro, like the fans, like, them niggas been through a lot. Niggas been through the Sanchez butt fumble. Like,
Sanchez was honestly better.
He was.
I don't know what they thought.
They about to get Aaron Rodgers, man. They going to be laughing at all of us. Mark my words, man. What are we in right now? End of March. Give it about 8-9 months, man. You start getting into the playoff picture coming into focus for next year. Mark my words, man. Jets fans, they're going to be laughing at us all.
Them boys about to be 8-8. But
That's hilarious.
But anyway,
That's hilarious. You know, I guess real quick, do you have a baseball team?
Nah, bro, I've never really been a big baseball fan. I will say, as I've gotten older, man, one thing that has always sounded real cool, and that's cool about baseball, is the uniqueness of all the different parks that they got out there. So I think that would be really cool to go and just like visit all the different ballparks and, you know, get the whatever, if they got some type of signature food, signature dish, or I don't know, you know, drink, whatever, and just try that stuff out and check it out. I think that would be real cool for kind of the environment and such, but I've never been a huge baseball fan.
I think I seen a dude do that on TikTok. Like he went to like every concession stand in a major like city for a baseball team and like rate their food like out of order or some shit like that. That shit was kind of cool. Because I was just gonna have you just give up like a World Series prediction and stuff like that.
Next year?
Well, this year. Oh, because I think
it just start opening weekend. What, this weekend?
like this. I want to say, is it this weekend?
I know it's this week. I know our opening day is Thursday, but teams are already playing. Opening day might as well have been today, honestly, because I know the Rocket. I know Houston was playing today. I know Cincinnati was playing today. I think another couple teams. So the season's already in motion.
So then, what's your prediction? Give me your AL and NL, and then your World Series winner.
Let's see. Mets just got Verlander and Matt Scherzer, so I could see the Mets running shit in the AL, NL. Honestly, teams I think are going to be good in the NL. Obviously, the Mets. Let's see. Washington, if they could get their shit right, they could be up there. LA's just always in the mix. Dodgers are always in the mix for whatever reason. Let's see. Really only those three, honestly, because those are the ones that I've been seeing pretty much on top of shit the last couple years. Braves, I guess, too. Braves might do decent actually this year. I ain't gonna lie, but as far as AL goes, it's probably going to be Yankees. I want fucking Astros. They're probably going to get in there. Tampa Bay was good for a couple years. I can see Tampa Bay in there. And
what about the Tigers, bro? Tigers gonna be decent this year?
Hell no, we ain't gonna be decent.
Damn.
Let's see. Let's see. Honestly,
give it a second thought.
Yeah, it's too early for me to tell. I mean, the season just started, and I got.
So who do you have?
I know I'm missing some names.
You ain't got to name every single team, nigga. I just thought who.
I know, nigga, but I'm just saying. Phillies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Who would you have coming out of the NL and AL, and then your World Series?
Honestly, damn. I'm looking at this Brewers versus Rockies. Yeah, they got it. That's just at 8-1.
We still going.
Who I have coming out of the NL has a sleeper.
Nigga, as the team to represent the NL to go to the World Series.
To go to the World Series. Oh, LA.
And then AL?
AL. Yankees fuck up every year. So I'm going to say so I'm definitely going to say probably damn sure I ain't going to say Red Sox. Probably Houston. Houston definitely.
Who do you have winning it all? Between Houston and LA.
Houston. Because they like to cheat.
Them niggas cheating got better. That's what's crazy. For me personally, I'm biased, so NL, I'm going Rockies. Fuck y'all.
That's crazy.
But nigga, you said the Detroit Pistons would go to the finals, so like stop. But and then AL,
I thought we was talking about
You
baseball.
really said that, bro? Like before this season? You said the Pistons was going to the finals?
Yeah, so then when I say the an MLB team is crazy,
He was way off.
but
Because y'all ain't never been good in your history. Y'all may want. Listen, look.
07, but whatever.
That's crazy as hell, 07.
For AL, I got the Yankees. Only because the Knicks have been playing really good in basketball. The Jets have been better. The Giants have been better. Hold on, I'm about to finish the point. Let a nigga land first before you react. The Giants have been playing better. Mets are pretty good. The Yankees are pretty good. Like, New York is basically bound for somebody to go to a championship. And I just think it's going to be the Yanks before anybody else. I feel like they're going to be in the best position, especially re-signing Aaron Judge. And I think the Yankees are going to win it all. Like, see, I think we could go. We ain't going to win, but we could get there. Now, obviously, you being from Texas, Lopez, what are some great things about your state, man? And also, you're from Austin?
Yeah, that's where I grew up, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, because I ain't going to lie. I thought about, like, moving. Like, if I didn't move again, if I had to move again, I'd either pick, honestly, Arizona or Texas, but I don't know. There's an influx of people. Like, everybody and their mama trying to move to Texas, too. So how do you feel about that?
It's either Texas or Colorado or Arizona.
Yeah. Texas, bro, nah. Like I was saying, bro, I could move to Texas if I wanted to. I choose to live in Iowa. I would rather live here, bro. Texas is a dump, bro. All right, you asked me. I'm not going to go off on a bunch of bad shit about Texas, but you asked me what's cool about Texas. There's no state income tax. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a dub.
Yep. Obviously, it's big as hell. So as far as depending on where you want to live, like definitely if you're trying to live like in certain nicer areas of Austin, obviously anything like downtown Austin, that's going to be expensive as fuck. But Texas is a big ass state, man. So you can find some affordable housing. You could get, forget affordable, bro. You could get a decent crib down there, decent crib for not too expensive. You probably going to be out in the middle of fucking nowhere, but yeah, it's a lot of land down there. No state income tax. That's cool. That's about it, man. That place is a shithole. I would never want to live there again.
Really?
Yeah, facts.
Even in, like, the big cities?
Fuck the big cities, especially. Hell yeah.
Because, like,
It's so hot down there, bro. Bro, you got to understand, man. It's like it's about 6 to 7 months out of the year where it's unbearable outside, like 95 plus easy. You got 100. The heat is just crazy, bro, and it's relentless. And I can't stand that shit. I would rather have a long winter season than that shit. Yeah, it's horrible.
See, like, I'm a winter and fall guy, so I'd rather be cold than hot.
Same.
I can't tolerate hot, even if it's just dry heat, because that shit's heat at the end of the day. It's still like whether it's humid or not, it's still heat.
Yeah, but you don't really notice it as much. Like, when I was living in Arizona, it wasn't really like yeah, it was hot, but it was more so of like whatever heat does to your body, you felt that more than sweat, if that makes sense. Like I remember one time I wore a gray shirt. Dumbest decision I did, but fucking had one of those backpacks that had the little like
strap buckles.
Yeah,
in the
little
front.
buckle thing. Nigga, I took that shit off. I had my titty meat with like, imprint right here. I look goofy as hell.
Yeah, a whole H on the fucking. On this
I was
shit.
like, damn, that's tough. I had to dry up, but luckily they had AC and stuff like that. But like, I didn't mind living in a state that was kind of relatively warm. Like, obviously, like I wasn't there in the summer, so like maybe I could shut the fuck up when it was like 110 and stuff like that. Like I got there like as it started to cool down and stuff like that.
So, let your ass be planning some shit in the summer in Arizona.
Like me personally, like I would live in a Texas or Arizona or something like that. Like if I'm up, like kind of like how you said now. Like I don't mind living in Iowa now. Like if nothing changes and you had to move or somewhere, I wouldn't do it because it's like nigga, Iowa's perfect. Like literally, you get a little bit of everything. You could drive if you want to. You could leave if you want to. You know the areas and stuff like that. Like because like I said, I was watching that Trap Lord Ross thing and just seeing certain areas of Florida, of Texas, of like like Chicago and stuff like that. There's so many areas of where, oh yeah, this is that block, that's that block, and this block has an affiliation with that block, but this block don't fuck with this block. But this right there is like, yeah, they don't fuck with each other. Don't go over there, you'll die. It's like, it'd be like, yo, like, not to say that I'm the most comfortable, even where we're at right now, like, but I know where we're at right now. Like, I know the dangers and like, all right, if I go here, I go there, you know what I'm saying? You're on your own, but like, certain areas where it's just like you just don't know the politics and how niggas parlay.
That's crazy because like it ain't like in movies like where they tell you like South Central or something like that or Crenshaw or like Compton out in LA or whatever. Like okay, those are places that you don't go to, but what about like those sub places that you do not go to? Like, well, there could be area inside, like outside Crenshaw that still is pretty dangerous, or Compton still pretty dangerous, you know? So like I just think about that. It's like okay, you know, Detroit's dangerous, but like what about like Warren or Dearborn or like
no, Detroit's still dangerous. Like it's so bad that like my mom has someone that lived in Detroit. I got to figure out where she's from originally, but she like
Dearborn's not too bad actually.
Nigga, my mom told her because obviously Tyler's my best friend or whatever. We got the pod. He's like that he wants to move there, and she was like, nigga, why? Like, what the fuck you want to do that for? And I was like, that shit's crazy.
She lived there her whole life.
Yeah, she did. And that's why she was like, yeah, nigga, no. Here's nice, but
that'd be like a nigga asking me in Des Moines why.
I mean, if you coming from like, you know, fucking Newton or Grinnell or I don't know,
right? Yeah,
some little less tiny place. Des Moines, it's all about perspective, bro. For some people, Des Moines a big city, quote unquote. Depending on where you coming from, you live in the middle of nowhere.
But I feel like Des Moines is perfect. Like I feel like there needs to. I don't know if there is a lot of Midwest cities, but I appreciate Midwest cities because they give you the big city feel, but it doesn't feel big, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't feel like it's not like in New York where you're on top of each other. It's not like in California where everybody's there, but like everybody's like literally taking up space that's not even there anymore. Like I just like how Des Moines is kind of big. Like the only things I really like, I don't know if I would move to Minnesota just because of how crazy like their snow gets.
Why would anybody? I don't
like
know.
Minneapolis.
I love Minnesotans, but y'all got it.
Yeah, y'all snow be crazy as hell. Because I have a homegirl that be up there. She be like, "Yep, we just got 12 inches." Like, nigga,
yeah,
what the fuck? And we did not get that shit. I mean, I don't know. Like it I guess, yeah, like you said, it's about perspective. Because like, especially if I had a family, I would rather live here too.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. Is obviously I got my family here, so that's a big thing for me.
If you didn't have your family, would you, I guess, still stay here?
If my family was not in Des Moines, I might move to Minnesota, bro. I fuck with Minnesota. Y'all talk about this heavy snow. I'm like, oh yeah, man. Let me live with, you know.
Unless you have a 2-wheel drive car.
Oh no. Could never do that. But I don't know, bro. I love like the big snowstorms, bro. You know, it gives everyone. I think about this, you know, whenever we get hit with the blizzard, bro. It's cool. Like the warning comes out, man. All the meteorologists, everyone talking about, all right, we gonna get this, you know, big ass storm, man, in about 3-4 days. Stock up, get what you need, man. Everyone get your groceries that you need. Get some sand for your driveway in case you got to go out somewhere. You know, do whatever you need to do. And then it's like a sense of community, bro. Everyone's, you know, going through the same shit. Everyone knows it's gonna be a big ass storm, and gives everyone kind of something to kind of bond over. Whatever random stranger you see and shit. I like that, bro. It's cool. I like the snowstorms. I like everyone kind of helping each other out and shit. I think it's pretty cool.
Except for me, I work in a restaurant. Niggas still be coming to the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Like, y'all just don't give a fuck
Stupid.
about life. Niggas get 4-wheel drive and don't know how to act.
I get a big ass Silverado F-150. They like, I ain't worried about shit out here. I'm still eating.
On the freeway and everything. Like, all right,
y'all
bro, you
got it.
But the worst part about that too is like, obviously my dad being a truck driver, so like he be immediately like, hell no, I ain't going out that shit. Y'all crazy as hell.
Yeah.
But the way he suggests me is like, it's my choice to die. He'd be like, all right. He'd be like, yo. Now you see, I'm home. Like I ain't going.
Oh yeah, bro.
I just be like, man, I don't even know how your dad does it, because your dad be traveling. Like he stay there in the bed and all. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, no, he's retired now, so that's I'm really I'm glad he don't got to be driving out there, bro. But yeah, no, bro, that's funny. That's something I had to learn when I first moved to Iowa, because you're exactly right. Obviously, moving from Texas, bro, never had none of that stuff. So I remember my first few years were crazy, and then obviously when you start driving, bro, yeah, you're exactly like we've been talking about. You're like, no, I got front wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, man. I'm good. What you mean? What you mean I can't go out? If I can get out the driveway, I can go out. What you mean? So no, I had to learn, the hard way. Couple spin outs and all that.
That should be scary as hell. Because
don't let you have no Charger or no Camaro.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Man. But the worst part about it too is it's not even you usually. I feel like I'm a incredibly decent driver. It'd be the motherfuckers around me. Motherfuckers drive like there ain't snow on the ground. So they be scratch. Yo, just fuck my life, huh? I'm like, damn, nigga, crazy as hell.
You got insurance? On speed dial. Yep. That's all that matters. So that's how I look at that.
Imagine a nigga pulling off in the snow. He hit your shit. He's like, nah, skirt. Nigga, GTA, yo. That's crazy as hell. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about or cover?
No, I think we're pretty much covered, bro, on this episode.
Yeah, I mean,
because it just ran pretty long. So, we got here pretty late. So
yeah. Lopez, you've been a great guest. Like I said, you've been holding it down forever and always. I try to shout you out as much as I can. The floor is yours. Anything you want to promote, shout out. You know what I'm saying? Big up.
Not really, bro. Definitely, man. Like I said, bro, y'all, it's been a lot of episodes, bro, where I'm fucking traveling, and I don't know, bro. It's cool. I fuck with the podcast, bro. Gives me something to look forward to on my flights and shit. So, yeah, bro. Just keep it up to y'all too. Yeah, bro. It's dope. I fuck with the podcast for sure. I did want to real quick, bro. One thing we didn't give and I don't even think we got much to say about it, but definitely, bro. Huge shout out to the Hawkeyes women's basketball team. Made it to the Final Four.
Their thing.
Yeah, with Caitlin Clark, I think had a 40-point triple double.
Talking her
CC buckets.
Yeah,
talking her shit too. She's like, y'all down 15. Shut up.
Yeah. She cold, bro.
Yeah, it's too bad she gonna go to the WNBA and make $15. But
yeah,
she a future Piston. What you talking about?
Piston.
I mean, y'all need her.
So yeah,
shit, y'all need her. But
yeah, bro.
I wish the WNBA was better.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, no, bro. Huge shout out to them, bro. They finna play South Carolina on Friday. So if you
they about to give them South Carolina about to give them a
37-0
defensive clinic, boy.
They ain't lost a game all year. I don't know.
I might bet on Iowa, because what's crazy too is so what I do for March Madness and when I be on FanDuel and shit like that, I like to bet on the crazy spreads, the crazy ones with I ain't gonna lie, I made a decent amount of money this year, but I only put $1 on it, so I don't make nothing too crazy. But I went to go bet on the women's, and bro, it was South Carolina versus the field. Do you think South Carolina gonna win or the other
Anyone
63 team? Yeah. And then it was the only thing I could bet on really was who would win it all outright. And then I kind of wish I took the bet, but Iowa's women's was plus 2,200. So
and last night I just checked, they plus 700, and they only got, bro. I was just about to put some money on that. They only got to win 2 games, and they hot right now. So I might put $20 on that or so. But yeah, that South Carolina game is gonna be tough. But yeah, bro, shout out to them for sure.
I ain't gonna lie, I would definitely watch that game, because that just sounds
Friday.
Yeah, good ass game, because especially since South Carolina is a team oriented defense versus a superstar. I think DeAndre Fox said it. He's on the Sacramento Kings, and the Sacramento Kings have been balling. But he's yeah, I can't watch college basketball. It's kind of boring. Long offensive sets. Coaches be bad. Players be bad. It kind of spit effect. At least me personally, just because when I watch the NBA game, yes, it's more they can kind of do what they want, so it's more free flowing. But they're able to make it and shit like that. Like LeBron might come down or Ja Morant might come down and hit a nigga with a and then drive to the lane and dunk, or they'll just pull up with a 3 with the confidence. And niggas in college get the ball.
Yeah. Yeah,
real right. Yeah, everything's more fundamental.
Fundamental, exactly. Now the NBA is a way better product. I completely agree. But that's what's so exciting when you see the like, you know, Caitlin Clark, bro, someone real exciting in college because they make it like fun, exciting to watch the game. So, yeah.
And I do hope they get to the championship, because if they can at least beat South Carolina and get to the championship, that's going to help Iowa's program and recruiting, because now everybody's going to want to go to Iowa to either be the next Caitlin Clark or just help Iowa win, because fuck, if we here, that's fire. That is a good shout out. Oh, also prayers and condolences to the Nashville shooting.
Oh, yeah.
That tragic thing. I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to touch on it on this episode. I feel like I want to give it more time, because that might be a Patreon episode, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's got some Patreon type of stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
But Tyler, your closing statement for episode 119.
I just want to appreciate the man Lopez for letting us borrow this beautiful spot, this cool ass, chill ass spot
Say less,
for our
bro.
podcast. And
shout out to the brother too.
Shout out to your brother. And it's been a good one. I definitely enjoyed this one, especially since it's a new little venue. More open space, more. It frees up a lot. For me, it frees up a lot of my mind. As far as being able to actually think and talk about stuff. So that's why I enjoyed. And yeah, episode number 120 something. 122?
119.
What?
119.
119? Oh, yeah. 119, episode 119 is in the books. Shout out to everybody involved. Don't worry. I'm going to pass it to you. Don't worry, bro. Damn, lame ass nigga. But,
wrap it up. Like, yo.
So rate the shit 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anything that your listening heart desires. And also be on the lookout for more Patreon episodes, because we just decided that we want to start doing those now, or at least I decided. Freed up a little bit more time on my hands. And also be lookout for more content. I'm coming out of retirement for podcast uses only, so there will be nothing but flicks and hopefully dabble into some videos for you. So,
and I think like Tyler touched on, we appreciate y'all. It felt good to finally get Lopez on the podcast, because that's someone that I was dying to get on the podcast, and how much love and support that he showed, it just really meant. And now y'all can put a face and name to the person. So like that's how that's our brother. Like we rock with him heavy and stuff like that. One thing I do want to get to next Tuesday, I'm gonna get me a lady guest on the podcast. It's been a while since we had a lady guest on the podcast. I think I know who I have in my mind. I'm trying to think of a backup, but should be a fun time if we get a lady guest on the podcast. Love you guys. Since Tyler already said, be sure to subscribe as little as $1, $4, $9, whatever you can afford. I think it's like podcasters for Spotify. Anchor should still work, but search up TylerBrianHour wherever you get podcasts, and it should still work and still be fun. And yeah, man, we back to the grind, man. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, Twitch, TylerBrianHour, TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. And we out. Bye.